My name is Stuart Thomson. I am the Managing Director of Medovate. Medovate is a dedicated medical device development vehicle for the NHS. Medovate was created to develop and take to market some of the great ideas and technology ideas that NHS doctors, nurses and clinicians are coming up with in the east and south of England. So the NHS has got a great track history of coming up with ideas for new technologies, and Medovate was created as a vehicle to develop those technologies through the whole development pathway, through regulatory approval, to get those products launched onto the market. When we created Medovate, we looked at some of the great NHS ideas and opportunities we had available to us, and we found that quite a lot of those ideas were coming from anaesthesiologists that provided regional anaesthesia services to their patients, but also were manning critical care departments. And therefore, there was a number of products that were fitting within that anaesthesia, critical care and airway space. And we thought actually that those are products that will be sold to the similar and same end customers around the world, and that would be a great starting point for Medovate to focus its initial energies in those product ranges. My personal background is that I'm a scientist by trade, and went to work for GlaxoSmithKline, where I used to work in their information analysis department, searching on new areas and ideas that they were coming up with, and got very interested in patents and intellectual property during that phase, and decided that actually that would be a good career to follow. So went and did my education and exams to become a patent attorney and trademark attorney, but decided instead of filing patents all day long, I'd rather help inventors take their ideas from concept, protect them and develop them to market. So around about 15 years ago, I got a great job working for the National Health Service for one of the regional NHS innovation hubs called Health Enterprise East. And I got to help doctors, nurses and clinicians protect their ideas and take them through the development path. 2020 definitely has been a challenging environment with the worldwide COVID pandemic, and we've had to be rather agile in some of the things that we planned. For example, we have successfully launched our first product, SAFIRA, safer injection for regional anaesthesia, into the US market. We had planned to do that by attending a number of conferences on the ground in the US, but that's not been possible due to COVID. So we've been quite dynamic and created a digital launch plan and digital distributor toolbox that allows our distribution partners to actually still engage and still launch SAFIRA in the US market. We're really pleased and proud that we've attained 3 US distributors that cover 40% of the US for our initial product launch. And SAFIRA's also got some benefits during this COVID pandemic, clinically and also for patient safety. So both the American Society of Regional Anaesthesia and the European Society of Regional Anaesthesia have stated that a regional block, which is where an anaesthetist will not put a patient to sleep by intubation, but will anaesthetise a portion of their body, such as an arm or a leg for knee surgery, that regional blocks should be considered for any suspected or confirmed COVID patient. The reason why a regional block is now advised is that if a general anaesthesia is used, the patient has to be intubated, have a tube stuck into their airway, which can aerialise the virus. So there's a big movement around the world for doing regional blocks wherever possible for anaesthesia procedures. Our technology, SAFIRA, turned that regional block procedure from a 2-person procedure into a 1-person procedure. And it means that it can be done more safely as well, so at safer injection pressures. Medovate has a unique business model because the NHS is a key partner for the organisation through an organisation called Health Enterprise East that are a not-for-profit company hosted by Papworth Hospital. They provide innovation services to 25 NHS organisations in the east and south of the UK. And we work with them to find innovations that we, Medovate, can add value to and accelerate through to market. And for each innovation that we take on, the individual organisation where that innovation has been created, they will benefit from remuneration and commercialisation revenue going back to them and their inventors when the technology gets commercialised. But due to the unique business model that we have, having the NHS as a stakeholder, if we have an asset acquired or reach a realisation event in the future, a portion of that revenue will go back to all of the NHS trusts through our NHS Innovation Partner. In terms of the uniqueness of this business model, we've been proving this business model works over the last 2 years. We've just got our first technology from the NHS launched in the US market, and we're currently going through European approval. We have another 4 technologies that we're working on. Now that we've shown that we can take an NHS idea from concept through to full commercialisation, there's a big opportunity there. So we've reviewed well over 200 ideas in the last 18 months, and we have a top list of 30 ideas and a top 10 that we could be working on as we capitalise the business going forwards. There's lots of NHS ideas out there, and we've focused our efforts on the anaesthesia, airway and critical care space, but we've just taken our first foray into surgical. So we've taken on a new surgical device from Adam Brooks Hospital in Cambridge, and we're looking to build complementary products around that offering in the coming years. And Medovate taking technologies to market, it really helps having the NHS as a key stakeholder for a number of reasons. Medovate is a team of engineers, regulatory professionals, commercial professionals that can really help the NHS and clinicians take their technologies to market. But we always need to involve the clinicians in the NHS. It's the clinicians that will champion their product to market in terms of peer-reviewed articles and clinical data and studies. And the NHS has got a great foundation of doing great clinical research. And when we've been taking these NHS technologies to other healthcare markets, such as the US, the fact that UK clinicians have been involved right from the concept, taking that technology through the development and regulatory approval, really helped get a footing, knowing that their worldwide peers have been involved in developing a technology that's very much needed by them. In addition to Medovate launching SAFIRA onto the US market in 2020, as a company, we have taken on a new technology in the area of surgery from Adam Brooks Hospital in Cambridge. And we've also been developing our current existing pipeline of airway and critical care devices. The last quarter have seen significant development in all of those technologies, which has meant we've expanded the team, both on the regulatory and the technology development side, which is very exciting for us. In terms of the next 12 months, Medovate intends to expand our sales footprint in the United States of America for our technology, SAFIRA. We have a number of active discussions with partners in states that we don't currently have distribution partners, so we're looking to take those through to fruition. At the same time, we are in the middle of our regulatory approval audits to take the technology into Europe, and we already have partners there that we're in discussions with, and we've also seen interest in both Asia and Australasia for the technology as well. However, that's just our first product to market, and I truly believe there's the opportunity to bring another of our portfolio technologies to market by commercialisation in the next 12 months. And now that we've proven that this business model works and that we can take NHS ideas from early concept stage all the way through the development pathway to regulatory launch and commercialisation, I think there's a really great opportunity to build our NHS technology pipeline with complementary products over the coming months.